I use AI to replace my real work. And I'm talking of work that took me 6 to 10 hours per client, which is now taking only 15 minutes. And includes client meetings, recordings, taking notes, making strategies, sending agendas, building up an implementation plan. If you've ever done a business consulting or project management, you know how much time these kind of things take and how much effort you're putting into trying to remember everything to be able to cover it. Today I'm going to share with you my own system I use in Founder Freedom Sprint. Share it with a screen recording to show you guys all the steps I'm taking to improve my process. From adapting my meeting agenda and script to the end of exporting and making actual reports. If you're a consultant, a service provider, or just a freelancer, this system can help you save hours every week and increase the quality of your deliverables to your clients. This system is working perfectly in my own work. So grab your paper and pen and start taking the notes. In this video, I'm going to show you how I exactly turn my real client meetings into audit reports, implementation plans, and growth strategies. I'll share you the tools I'm using and how I am using them so you can just copy paste my system and use for yourself. If you're new here, my name is Arman. I'm a business operations consultant who helps founders build, improve, and grow their businesses. I've helped over 200 companies over dozens of industries. The tools and systems I'm sharing in these channels are the things that actually worked for others. If you want to learn more about productivity, scaling, building business processes, then you're in the right place, my friend. And I will appreciate if you can subscribe and like this video to support the channel. And for these founders who want to see how healthy their business is, I've left a surprise in the description of this video. It's called the Business Health Scorecard, and under 1 minute it will help you to understand what are the main pain points and bottlenecks in your business. It's completely free and it goes along with a free consultation call after it. So I strongly recommend you guys to test it out. Okay, now I'm going to show you how this system actually changed my business. Okay guys, as I mentioned before, the system I'm going to show you today helped me specifically with my consulting projects. It saved me hours of time on every client between analyzing the client meetings, understanding their problems, creating reports, strategies, and development plans. But the same system can be used in any part of the work you're doing. So before I get into the system itself, I want to explain to you the process and thought behind it. Because this is a universal solution that you can implement by using modern tools to any kind of work you're doing. Given that your work includes working with people and meeting them online with Zoom or Google Meet. So everything comes down to the processing of the data and collecting of the data and creating a result out of it. Simply put, it's about input, gathering the information, and output, what you do with that information. As a consultant or project manager or whoever is responsible for analyzing the meeting data and creating some output from it, the main two problems that have been occurring before was the time wasted on it and the details you could have missed because of it. So before the era of AI note takers, what was happening, even if you could record your video, you would have bunch of videos piling up. You need to go watch again to update your notes. Your notes are everywhere because you're rushing into it. And some of the insights and main information was stuck in your head, not clearly put up on the paper. This was causing a lot of hours spent from the perspective of project managers, assistants, or consultants just on analyzing this data and trying to put them in the forms. But nowadays, the AI note takers like Fireflies or Fathom or like Google Notetaker, everything gives you the gold mine, the transcripts. And by using the transcripts, you can create almost everything out of this. But the first step starts even before the meetings. The first step is the agenda and the script you're using to structurize the output of your meeting. As you can see, I have a bunch of scripts I'm using in different cases. For this example, let's talk about the consultation sales script I'm using on my discovery calls. As you can see, I have a mock conversation in here with examples of like what to talk, what to do, but the more valuable part here is the structure of it. Because remember, the core of our system would be feeding those meeting transcripts to AI to give you an output. And to be able to get an expected output, you need a standardized input. So what you need to make sure is that your meetings, your conversation go with correct structure and correct questions or answers have answers. So when your AI goes through it, it can pull the correct data. Yeah, let's go with this case. It's consultation sales script. So what I do during the consultation sales, it's of course opening talking who we are, what we're doing here. But when we go to the actual questions I want to ask to client to be able to give them very valuable audit report. And here is the list of the questions I want them to give me the answers. What is your typical week look like? How many hours are you spending on your morning jobs? What tools are you using? Basic questions that I need to help them to solve. Those questions are essential for my first deliverable, which is the audit report. Once I've gathered this information correctly, I can use my prompt to create answers to this. But to be able to give real valuable answers, I need a full story. That's why I start the next section with telling what this sprint is about. In my case, this is a product called the Founder Freedom Sprint, right? Which aims to help founders free up 30% of their capacity, save profit, and save time. So once I understand how we are working, and those are my questions, the second part is putting the context together so I can give the context to the AI, right? Oh, this is this company, this is the sprint we are working with, this is the frame, this is the industry. So putting a story behind those questions so AI can understand, okay, these are the problems of the business, this is the environment of the business. So the solutions are based on the environment itself. I, as a consultant, when talking to the client, getting answers to these questions, have some ideas already. So I can use this section to start feeding some ideas as an examples, which will go into the transcript and AI can use it. I hope I'm not overloading the information, but trust me, this is a very simple process. So when we go to the core of our problem here, what inputs do we put to get the expected outputs? In this case, the first of the inputs is to make sure your meetings are structured and you are gathering the information you need. Second step is more technical and it's using an AI Notetaker. In my case, I'm used to Firefly's AI. It works pretty well for me, so I haven't even moved to anything else, but there are a bunch of AI Notetakers out there. I'm sure at this point you are using them, but how are you using them is the core information. So in my case, I am not using any of the inbuilt functionality per se, which can be used down the line for further automation of like, I can fully automate this process too. I just haven't got into it. But what I'm doing, like my AI is connected to all my meetings. It automatically jumps into meeting, records it, gives me the data. So whenever I need to create a document for the client, I simply go to my homepage, go to my meetings. Then from my meetings, I'm choosing whatever meeting I need to convert into a project. Let's say like the meeting I had with Leonid today. I don't use summary and notes provided by Fireflies, but those are not bad themselves too. So in cases when I just need to go quick recap, I will go check this. But what we need here is downloading the transcript itself. So download the transcript, make sure you have the speaker names so AI can understand what are the ideas you're giving and what are the answers that the client is giving, and just download it in whatever format you have. And this gives you the second part of your input, a transcript. But again, remember, it should not be a random transcript. You need to make sure your meeting is structurized. The third part of having inputs are the templates. You can simply build the templates in Google Docs and use them over and over again. Let's go over again my Founder Freedom Sprint. As you can see, the whole process have several documents in it. Let's ignore the service agreement. The first product and first deliverable I have is the audit report. I've just built a template audit report of which I keep in my Google Docs, which has all the tables, all the information and fields that I need to provide to the client. You build it one time, you can update it later, but this is the template. So what I do next, I will just go and download my template as I downloaded my transcript. Now, before the AI tools, we all had all of this and we were just manually going and updating those templates based on the transcripts and notes or everything we had from these meetings, which could take you hours if you are building a big report. Now we will be adding AI to this to cut the time from hours to minutes. So what we are doing, first of all, we'll start feeding AI things we've downloaded, the template and meeting notes. Once these two are uploaded, the prompt is very simple, guys. Here is just one sentence. Create the Founder Freedom Sprint audit report for Leonid based on the information gathered in the meeting transcript. Keep the exact template structure as in the audit report. Click on enter, ChatGPT thinks for a second, and here we go. You have your audit ready. Of course, this is not 100% there as with any AI tool, but now instead of going and manually creating all these points and findings, you just copy paste this, or you can just go and download this, put it in your Google Sheet, and start making the final touches. In my case, because I've used this a lot and I have my own ChatGPT called Technology Consultant, which has all the instructions for this, every time I'm just copy pasting this, QAing it, and it takes me only like 4 to 5 minutes to actually update everything. And it's really, really good outcome. You can use the same system, and it's, as you saw, pretty simple to create any kind of output unit. If you're a consultant who needs to create reports, strategies, implementation plans, offers, you can use it. If you work as a project manager, head of product, or even assistant whose goal is to create a real action plan based on it or meeting recaps, you can use this format to give even better output to your boss instead of just Notetaker. As I said from the start, this is a universal process, universal system which you can implement to any kind of work you're doing. To help you even further, I've created a step-by-step handbook explaining the whole process, giving you ideas of the tools you can use and how you can implement. So if you're interested to try it, I will leave it in the description of this video. It's completely free, guys. Just click on it, use it. You can see I have added also a prompt to it. It's more on the universal end. So if you want to specify it from your own job, I will suggest to feed an example of previous report you've made along with this prompt and along with your transcript. But if you're a starter, a one-person consultant, a service provider, this is a very good place to start. It also has step-by-step guide. So if you were lost in my chaotic ADHD explanation, you can just go step by step. Okay, do this, do this, do this, do this, and you're good to go. And for those who want to learn more about how to use AI tools and automations in today's world, this is only one of the videos I'm making in the series of my own processes. Every week, I'm going to show you how I automated and used AI in my own business to be able to scale this much being one-person show. From sales to client delivery, everyday operations, task management, I will share every single tool and every single system I'm using. You can copy everything and build your own business, even as a side gig. Doing business has become way more easier with AI tools and automation, but as a founder, you need to understand the systems and processes behind it to be able to use it correctly. My biggest advice is do not rush after AI. Do not use it for the sake of it. Think about your processes and your goals first, and then use the tools to amplify the impact. And if you want more resources, subscribe to my Technology tools. We're completely free. The link is in the description of the video. I'm updating a new tool every week here. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see videos of explainers of how to build a modern business to improve it and grow. Thank you for watching, and see you next week.